I ask and you answer. So long as you don't lie, I can guarantee your head will stay intact.
We can talk about this.
Where's Benedict?
I don't... I'm not sure, but he might be on an unnamed floating island.
The location?
It's a moving island. No one knows its exact coordinates. A person like me knowing this much information is already an exception to the rules. Please understand.
One last question.
Yes.
Is Stanley still alive?
Benedict!
Director Wicker, you handled the press conference well. You lived up to my expectations. However, it looks like you can access knowledge you shouldn't otherwise have. Since you're interested in the floating island, would you like to see it yourself?
This is the Fountain of Oteme's latest achievement. It doesn't look impressive. Long time no see, Professor Lucius. You took so many things from my Gaia biotech, and this is all you can accomplish?
The Fountain of Oteme's core has nothing to do with your precious research center. Souls can't be shaped, and external devices are useless.
You're here.
Don't pay too much attention to this test subject. It's just today's extra. Or rather, a medium.
Have the new wavelengths from the Deepspace signal been successfully decoded?
The recent disturbances in the Deepspace tunnel remind me of that starless night from over a decade ago. The night when the signal from Deepspace arrived on Earth. 2034. In that era when aerospace technology was advancing, humanity's ambition for deep space exploration expanded faster than the Big Bang. Institutions competed to decode it. They all wanted to be first. The literary world dramatized it. Ignorant masses worshipped it. And they even created the Deep Space Academy. But only our decrypted information is closest to the truth. Earth is about to experience a grand eradication. Then the monsters appeared. Geomagnetic disturbances occurred, and mass extinction events were expedited. The warnings in the signal became reality, one at a time. The grand eradication is a large-scale elimination process. This planet wants to abandon us and enter its next phase of existence.
For over a decade, I have strongly advocated for the Fountain of Otome. I've dispatched the Farspace fleet to enter the Deep Space tunnel's depths to avoid being abandoned. There were setbacks, but we managed to obtain the chess piece closest to her. To bring up 2034 again, was there a mishap?
To avoid being abandoned, that will only make you a dog begging for fate's mercy. Lucius, you're old. The gears in your brain are covered in rust. It only took a few decades for evolvers to evolve from mere humans. This proves that in the future, we can reach a point beyond our wildest imaginations. We can achieve immortality.
Who knows if it's impossible or not? The Lemurians who escaped the last grand eradication are practically living specimens of immortality. Of course, there are also the little ones who came back from the other side of deep space. It proves that some people found a way to survive. Planetary immortality only costs a few more lives, but it's still cost-effective. What do you think, Soren?
Aside from the decrypted deep space signal, there's no concrete evidence that suggests Earth will face an apocalypse. As for that unkillable monster in the N109 zone, we can't confirm whether the life form is truly indestructible. So how do we determine whether our persistence in pursuing immortality is a noble endeavor or absurd paranoia?
The deep space signal isn't an oracle or a prophecy. It's mercy from the universe's governing laws that wish to give humanity a reprieve. What we're able to decode are predetermined facts already set in stone. That evidence you want, it's already part of this world. Protocores are one of the most powerful pieces of evidence. After the Chronorift catastrophe, I discovered the connection between protocore energy and her. I knew what kind of mission the universe gave me. Using protocores to accelerate human civilization's development and allowing humanity to achieve an immortality that aligns with this process. Only then can we survive the grand eradication with little to no losses. The anomalies caused by the deep space tunnel are becoming more frequent. Protocores are always guiding us.
Recently, the frequency of spatial anomalies and magnetic field disturbances has almost reached the edge of time and space. Once a planet gets swept into that, complete disintegration will soon arrive.
Did you come up with another way to deal with your former teammate? I hope we can defeat your little prince and prove to him that our Soren is the most capable one.
Matters involving the backtrackers aren't to be taken lightly.
Do you need our assistance?
I've had enough of those disgusting manipulation tactics you use on your brainwashed test subjects. I don't need any help, and I don't need anyone's approval. I will make Xavier fall because of the hypocrisy, arrogance, and impracticality he clings to. That outcome will be enough to prove I'm correct.
Alright. In any case, they don't actually care about your personal matters. The deep space tunnel is closing in, and the cage is tightening its grip. It's time to bring her back to us. Be careful, and try not to let the emissary truly awaken. Our most important hope mustn't be erased.
I wish you all the best.
The magnetic field at the incident site shows coupled fluctuations, but the wanderers who correspond to them are nowhere to be found. It might be a new type. Be careful. Like City phasing through things, dimensional ruptures, space-time rifts. Our missions have been weird lately. Everyone was spooked by that snowfall that happened outside of winter. They're jumpy now. There are 500 missions every day. You might be entertained, but I'm not.
Something's about to come out of those clouds. Daddy, who cut the clouds like that?
Well, it wasn't me. My crafting skills aren't that good. Oh, maybe it was your mother.
This falls under normal interference. Dynamic data retrieval complete. Hold on. The results from advanced tech labs are back. There's a 0.51% chance of a wanderer appearing. Great. That's one more false alarm to our list. A lot of rare phenomena are just astronomical occurrences. We're probably paranoid.
Please don't block the area! The Special Task Force will confirm if this is related to highly dangerous evolvers. Deep space hunters are on their way. Hey, don't use this as an excuse to stand on the trash can. Otto, the city inspector, will photograph and record everything.
It's you again.
This is the 5th time we've been assigned to the same mission, right? What a coincidence. They say it's to strengthen police-hunter cooperation and mutual learning. But I bet there are things they can't keep under wraps anymore. Did you hear? Someone saw a futuristic spaceship in the forest. It fell out of a space-time rift. The case disappeared the moment it was entered into the system. Don't you think it's suspicious? I already dealt with 5 anomalies today. I'm going to do 2 more before grabbing a bite to eat. What about you? What's wrong? Do we have a problem on our hands?
Based on my observation and analysis, particularly capable evol police officers are usually drawn to bizarre cases.
Really? Don't tell me I'm about to encounter an evolver with a golden touch. I'll handle the golden toilet case. I can keep going. Good luck on your next mission. Stay safe.
Are you alone? And are you sure it's a magnetic field overlap? I'll wrap things up here and find you. Give me 2 minutes. 2.5 at most. If you see anyone who looks like a backtracker, oh, I see someone who thinks I'm always nagging doesn't want the results about the biometric key. It's the same as the preliminary examination. We can't unlock it. All we know is that there's an unknown substance inside, and it's not a chip. We can only go to Soren and see if he can unlock it. He's familiar with the old Gaia Research Center. So you'll have to keep moonlighting for me behind the Association's back.
Whether it's a rupture or instances of buildings phasing in and out, they're fundamentally related to magnetic field fluctuations and must be taken seriously. I know there have been many false reports lately, which makes it easy to overlook real threats. Everyone must remain vigilant.
Fancy seeing you here, partner. We ran into each other in a corner. It must be fate. Yes. The issue is that the magnetic fields are abnormal. Then should I try a different approach? Oh. Well, I guess I failed. I don't have another trick up my sleeve. I'm trying to find someone. Soren. Based on what we know about him, he's most likely hiding in areas with magnetic field anomalies. And most of these anomalies may be linked to the Flux Nexus. Recently, some backtrackers I've lost contact with have returned to Lincoln secretly. They left the backtrackers to follow Soren. I also visited Isaiah today. Back then, he left the backtrackers with them and they all joined Ever. Soren's whereabouts? I'm afraid only Isaiah would know. He's missing. I don't think so. I went to the cottage where Jeremiah had him staying. All his clothes were still there. The only thing missing was the Order of Lightseeker's uniform. He probably remembered something and wants to handle it in the identity he values most. A pair of sneakers was missing from the shoe cabinet. They were blue. You...
How long are you going to stand there like that? You're being very rude right now. What's with that look on your face? If my night boots hadn't been damaged in the previous battle, I wouldn't need to dress in such a ridiculous manner. Jeremiah, the despicable scoundrel. He only gave me everyday shoes. I saw you outside the no-hunt zone. I knew you'd respond to a royal homeland summons and come here. This is your destiny. And an opportunity that fate has granted me. Isaiah, 5th Squadron Leader of the Order of Lightseekers, Senior Counselor of the Royal Council, and member of the Royal Family's last generation. formally challenges you to an honorable duel. Are you treating me like a child? You're running away during a duel? You've changed. Out of all the places you could have chosen, do you know what it means to duel here? Whether it's intentional or not, you've chosen to let this duel continue with the holy sword of the goddess as your witness. I shall treat this more earnestly and give it my all. You're not going to say anything? I know what you're planning. You want to provoke me so that I'll lose my composure. Then you'll exploit an opening. Let's see if you can still predict my sword techniques. Xavier!
Drawing your sword against an unarmed opponent. Is this your idea of chivalry?
What do you mean? She has a gun!
It's wrong if one party in a duel doesn't wield a sword. For the sake of your knight uniform, I acknowledge your sincerity for this duel. She doesn't have a sword, but I do.
Do you think I'm stupid? I didn't win against you last time, so I won't...
All the honor you wagered now belongs to her.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that you lost. This isn't the place to do an interrogation. The magnetic field isn't stable. Let's take him back and question him properly. Soren isn't here.
Don't you dare tie me up! I am the 5th Squadron leader of the Order of Lightseekers, Senior Counselor of the Royal Council...
Will you promise you won't try to run off again?
The holy sword of the goddess shall be my witness. Capturing me is pointless, Xavier. You don't know how to leave this place. I won't say anything. How am I one of you?
Even a defeated enemy is still human.
You! Breaking through a magnetic field overlap is difficult for others. But it'll be simple since you're here. Find the flux nexus that is gathering energy and destroy it. Then the energy will disperse. The field shall collapse soon after.
Don't act rashly. If it just involves destroying the flux nexus, then I can do it too.
Of course. One massive evol burst can make any magnetic field explode. Assuming you don't have that thing on your neck. Otherwise, it'd be suicide.
We can't get in now without an anchor point.
I didn't expect her and Xavier to charge in.
It's all because of Isaiah. When he goes crazy, he's not afraid of anything.
Did she see the holy sword of the goddess? Do you think she'll remember us? And Philos?
Soren didn't lie to us. It's real this time. He actually did it. Now, waiting is our best offense.
But Soren specifically asked us to work with Ever's cleaners to intercept and eliminate Xavier and the others.
Does that also include Her Majesty and Jeremiah? They shouldn't be able to stop Soren's plan anymore. Is this really necessary?
Soren isn't a qualified leader. It's up to you if you want to follow his orders. Regardless of whether his heart is consumed by hatred or blinded by madness, what he's doing hasn't betrayed the Backtracker's original goal. Until the outcome is decided, I will never give up. This is my responsibility as a Backtracker. It also involves my honor as a person.
An unknown path ahead and giving it our all. If we're still hesitating at this point, we'd be too weak. If everyone could always be like Xavier, the Backtrackers wouldn't have split up or ended up like us.
You promised you wouldn't tie me up, but you went back on your word. I'll dismember you, turn you into custard to spread on bread, and eat you!
You don't like custard.
They said they wouldn't tie you up. But did I say that? I'm pretty sure I didn't. Can I knock him out? Do you really think he won't betray us again?
You? Why would you use our family's punishment on me over something this trivial? How insulting!
He's from the Philosian royal family. He's Xavier's younger cousin. He's always had a bone to pick with Xavier ever since he was born.
Those flowers are precious. You shouldn't have kicked them over. I'll let you go after you answer a few questions. We have to quickly get useful information out of him. You're the only one who can do it. Jeremiah gets into arguments with him, and we're hostile towards each other. He won't cooperate. Don't underestimate how much you mean to him. To all the backtrackers, you are different.
Why did you appear near No Hunt Zone number 39? Investigating. So you're not sure what's inside that magnetic field either. Aren't you afraid I might mislead you?
I gave him a monthly subscription for Lincoln Monthly. I didn't let him have any other way to contact the outside world. Today should be the day he receives the magazine.
You've made your assumptions. Why are you still questioning me? No Hunt Zone number 39 was one of the locations Soren selected. It was the closest, so I just decided to confirm it. I never thought. Everyone underestimated Soren.
Not me.
I didn't doubt him either.
Fine, I'm the only one who was blind to the obvious. Are you even listening to me? During our backtracking, we theorized many potential solutions to Philo's crisis. One was planet transplantation. You saw the state of the magnetic field overlap? Don't tell me you didn't realize it was one of the methods for achieving planet transplantation.
All the methods we discussed exist only in theory. They're impossible to implement.
Then how do you explain what we saw inside the magnetic field? If this was just an abnormal magnetic field caused by spatial fractures or displacement, it should have been empty inside.
Inside No Hunt Zone number 39 was Philos. It looks like our homeland, but I doubt that's the real Philos. It's more akin to a projection. Think of how light from a planet travels for a long time before being observed. What we see in that moment is actually how it was many years ago.
I agree with your assessment. What we can confirm right now is that Soren found a way to create magnetic field overlaps. Maybe he's actually attempting to do a transplantation. Good question. If you hadn't have dragged me back here, I would have already tracked him down and forced him to tell me his plans. I guess you'll have to find the answer yourselves.
See? Maybe we should have just knocked him out.
I can't figure out what he's planning for now, but maybe we don't need to know. If we obsess over trying to predict his moves, we'll be easily led around by the nose. We don't need to know everything. As long as we can identify a general pattern and strike the vital point, we can still achieve our goal. And Soren is clearly the vital point in all of his plans. We don't have to. At worst, we can follow Jeremiah's advice and knock him out to control the situation. Aside from No Hunt Zone number 39, what are the other locations Soren selected?
Are you planning to search through them one by one? I advise you to reconsider. When you were captured by Ever, Soren also participated in modifying your suppressor. The rest of us will have better odds against him. The magnetic field overlap is Soren's all-or-nothing gamble. He won't be merciful this time. Considering his access to Ever's resources, do you think he developed something that'll specifically target your suppressor?
Probably. Don't worry. I won't let myself be at a disadvantage.
You could remove the suppressor.
That's the one thing we'll never do.
Then you can sit back and watch Earth get torn to shreds.
Everyone's exhausted. Let's get some rest. Soren is human too. Even when he's up to no good, he still needs to sleep.
All right, I'll take care of this guy. We can discuss how to sort out his situation tomorrow.
They're probably fighting right now. I can't smell any fried rice or grilled sausage. I'm not hungry. I'm actually not hungry. True. I'm thinking about a problem. I'm thinking about... I'm thinking about how accurately you pinpointed Isaiah's weaknesses. You've never met him before, but you knew how to deal with him. Did you just wing it? I get it. Your brain is overloaded from processing too much information, so it wants to use me as a distraction to relax for a bit. If you want to relax, I have plenty of ways to help with that. Do you think I only use violence to solve my problems? Better? You already know what I'm going to do, don't you? You won't accept that. To ensure you're alive, we should catch Soren as soon as possible. I want to find Soren by myself, but I don't want to stop him immediately. Isaiah is right. We don't know what or how much he created with Ever's resources. He definitely prepared a few things that target me specifically. Isaiah wasn't being paranoid. If Soren completes the planet transplantation, the stalls, markets, and life as we know it will cease to exist. That can't happen. And if Philos were to return that way, it may not be the one we're hoping for. Compared to me, is there anyone who's more likely to escape unscathed from this reconnaissance mission? Jeremiah? Isaiah? All things considered, neither of them are as suitable as I am. Then we'll think of a way to get rid of it. You sound eager. For what? Let's move. We need to do things that require family to be present from start to finish.
Cheap, inefficient intel is unworthy of the paper it could be printed on. Maybe the nest should change its business strategy. Nightingales seem to be more suited for gathering intel compared to ants. There aren't many moles left in the N109 zone. Wasting them on Ever's scraps isn't worth it. I should save them for something worthwhile. That vengeful merman doesn't need new lists for now either. What a shame. The Oak Elder behind Biosun Pharmaceuticals isn't easy to fool. This business, I need to carefully consider its next move. If the magic hasn't failed, then trouble is knocking on the door.
I heard you have intel on Ever modifying my suppressor.
Xavier, you know how to contact me. Is it really necessary to show up at my door in the middle of the night? Also, if you're going to show up at this hour, you should have used your evil to wrap yourself in light before letting the particles slowly disperse. It would have been more fairy tale-like.
I don't read fairy tales.
What a waste of evil. Oh, miss. You're here together. I've seen you at the nest, or rather I saw you, but you didn't see me. You're giving me too much credit. My relationship with the nest is about as intimate as a pair of exes.
The nest doesn't have an owner, but whoever serves as its face gets shifted around. It's his turn for now.
That's confidential information. You say it like it's not a surprise. Oh. This is unnecessary. I'm not being uncooperative.
That's enough nonsense for today. The files. That's it?
This is all I can get. The Gaia Biotechnology Research Center isn't a haphazard operation. It's not the same institute as before.
Your services aren't special in the slightest.
That's harsh, don't you think?
Leaving them with Randall means he'll sell them as intel again. The buyers won't know I'm aware of what's in them. If they want to utilize that intel against me, then we can use it against them. There wasn't much. It only had two things. Modifying the suppressor wasn't Ever's main purpose when they captured me. Gaia Biotech wanted my evil genes, but the suppressor made extraction impossible. So they made a last-minute request to Soren. They asked him to modify the suppressor. The second part said that Soren's modification was successful. He strengthened the suppressor's restrictive effect. The evil I can use is more limited now. My family made it for me. Yes, it was originally made to protect me. On Philos, An evolver's evol energy and life force are one and the same. Using your evol means you're consuming your own life for power. On Earth, we're displaced in time and space. The energy we consume can't be regenerated. The suppressor protects me through restraint. Are you that surprised? Did you forget what I just said? The documents didn't reveal a method to remove the suppressor, so launching a surprise attack against Soren now would be difficult. When we wake up tomorrow, we'll need to think of new approaches. I don't have a choice. Researching these technological mechanisms isn't something I'm good at. I can't do it. An emergency call from Jeremiah.
A bunch of white-gloved men with new type protocore weapons just burst into the flower shop. We used the car to escape. Isaiah said...
They're Ever's cleaners, and we're not their only targets. Where are you?
Isaiah can't fight 20 people on his own. He won't last long.
Some backtrackers are here too. Jeremiah's swordsmanship has always been one of the worst in our team. He couldn't beat them before, so it'll be impossible now.
Got it. Focus on getting out of there.
It's not open today? I wanted to pick up a few flowers for the office.
You didn't know? The owner closes the flower shop temporarily from time to time. He's really carefree about it. Young people like him who open flower shops in the bustling parts of big cities usually have that wanderlust spirit. They leave whenever they feel like it.
To be able to leave just like that? Ugh, I'm so jealous.
We've been driving for so long that anyone who's been trying to keep up should have lost us by now.
We shook them off 15 minutes ago. But our choice is obvious. They'll catch up sooner or later.
Why don't you just ram into everyone and send them flying? Even if it doesn't kill them, it'd make them suffer at least.
Those masked people's weapons looked dangerous. Who knows what new thing ever came up with this time?
Losing heart before the battle even begins. I knew cowardice ran in your peasant blood.
Yeah, I'm not like you. Being iron-fisted royalty means your head is made of iron too, right? Why don't you go up front and help me check the headlights?
If circumstances hadn't forced our hand, there wouldn't be a place for you in my squadron.
You'd be perfect as No Hunt Zone number 99's headmaster. You'll deal with those mutated wanderers with impure bloodlines and their biological dilemmas.
This is how they relax. If they have time to argue, it means the situation isn't dire. You can use this as a chance to relax too. Yeah, our team's dynamic has always been like this. Mature and spirited. See? There's no problem, right? It's a placebo effect. I don't use my evol that much when I fight. Even then, I keep it under control. I just happen to be very strong. It's still effective, even if I don't use it properly. From its birth to its death, a star witnesses the passing of billions of years. Its energy is enough to outlast several generations on Earth. Even if there's a day when I run out of energy, it won't happen for a very long time.
The Backtrackers were never a harmonious group to begin with. Who knows how many people are putting their pent-up resentment on his shoulders?
If we view their actions as ones that are driven by emotion, then we'll be severely underestimating the Backtrackers. Those willing to cooperate with Ever, and the ones who left at a later time, aren't fools. It's because they're intelligent that every decision they make is the optimal choice. Tear the team apart. Turn former comrades into bitter enemies. The original Backtrackers were formed under similar circumstances. Everyone who joined knew the title of Backtracker didn't carry any honor on Philos. It meant rebellion, resistance, and desperate madness. Our journey didn't set off with any blessings. No one would wait for our return on the other side of deep space. Between choosing to be abandoned by everyone and being forced down a path of betrayal, the former takes a lot more courage. After working together for so many years, they understood me, and I understood them. I understood the confusion, the disappointment that kept building up after each failed attempt. I also knew that even though the path ahead was shrouded in thick fog, not one person actually gave up.
But the Backtrackers on their side could have anticipated our actions. That's what it means to know your enemy.
You don't have to think of them as being that frightening. Even though they're enemies now, I don't think they'd use underhanded tactics against us. If conflict is unavoidable, it'll be a few straightforward battles. That's all.
At the beginning, I said those people are insane one way or another. I pity how their lives turned out sometimes. If you still have any delusions about them, I'll spend the rest of my life riding your tail as the King of Sorrow. Your infamy shall be spread from our solar system to Sagittarius. Every star in the galaxy will know your name. All promising members of the royal family do.
Since you love writing so much, don't speak anymore. In fact, you can start right now. Write down whatever you want to say.
You don't even look at the things I write.
I'll look when I have time.
Why are you laughing?
I can laugh whenever I want. What, are you gonna give me a story about the King of Laughter?
I don't want to talk to someone as shameless as you.
Why are you laughing? I picked it from a tree. Jeremiah prepared a tree as a gift for an important client. We're stealing some cookies, so don't let him catch us. Looks like it's closed. Their influence doesn't reach that far. Let's split up and scout the area. We'll meet up at the southwest corner of the rest stop in 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
Aside from the shell, nothing on this truck is original. Jeremiah modified it into something like a military fortress. In the worst-case scenario, the driver's cabin can supposedly transform into an ejection pod and sacrifice the rear cargo for a quick escape. After this is over, I'll ask Jeremiah to expand the ejection pod a little. Yeah. The express lane is very expensive.
Tunnel instability is normal. It's been in operation for 2 or 3 years. When will it reopen? Who knows? If you can't wait, just use the regular highway.
They said it involves stuff like abnormal magnetic fields and unusual energy fluctuations. They won't reopen the tunnel until the situation stabilizes. Long-distance transport is so exhausting. You might as well rest like me and find a massage pod to lie down in.
Abnormal magnetic fields, energy fluctuations, and other factors are causing instability inside the tunnel.
So what's the plan? Will we keep waiting or take a different route?
The trucks at this rest stop are backed by powerful individuals, and the cargo they're transporting is invaluable. I don't think Ever would go so far as to offend the forces behind these shipments for Soren's sake.
It's settled then. I haven't eaten or drank anything since yesterday, so this is the perfect chance to refuel. You guys should too. Don't go into battle on an empty stomach.
Yeah. We'll gather intel in the meantime. You look just like that delivery driver who was worried about being late. It's a perfect disguise. Aren't you thinking about something along the lines of, I would have taken a different route if I had known? In that case, we should hold Jeremiah responsible. He was driving the truck. Isaiah bears a lot of responsibility too. If he hadn't attracted those pursuers, we could have had time to plan alternative routes. Since I planned to act alone and didn't properly supervise them, I bear most of the responsibility. I'm not doing that. What I said is true. None of us are mindless puppets, so every action we took was inevitably shaped by everyone's thoughts and decisions. Let's put Jeremiah aside. If Isaiah found out you wanted to take all the responsibility, what do you think his reaction would be? He'd do more than that. He'll scold me for playing dumb, call Jeremiah a coward, and declare that he was also part of the mistake with his head held high. You don't like what I said? I noticed you kept frowning and then looking up. What caught your attention? The weather anomalies and the unusual magnetic fields should be connected to what Soren is doing. If his goal is to find a way to save Philos through a magnetic field overlap, then it can only happen in Lincoln. The deep space tunnel affects Lincoln City the most. Various operations involving magnetic fluctuations will be easier to implement. And this is where Backtrack 2 descended. For him and some backtrackers, it's also where they fell. If there's a chance for them to make a comeback, then Lincoln City will be their new starting point.
They're still showing this? Don't tell me they've already made it to 10 seasons.
A workplace idol drama about protocore refining? Why did they make it look like magic? Brainless people watch brainless shows. I'm not so sure about that. Who's controlling the screen? I want to file a complaint. This is mental pollution.
Quiet. Something's off. Retreat. Get in the truck. Avoid the patrol robots.
They're all Ever's products. The fact that they immediately hacked the robot's control systems means it's them. At this rate, they'll determine our location within 10 minutes.
Get ready for a fight.
Yeah.
Before this difficult battle begins, I need to make a confession. Over the years, I've been secretly taking parts from our backtracking spaceship to modify my truck.
Since you're insane, consider going to therapy. Dying is also an option. Please don't tell me you still haven't given up on that suicidal idea of modifying a miniature warp drive.
Anyway, we only have two options right now. Either we charge out and fight, or we try out my truck's immature string and warp drive that I've poured my heart and soul into modifying.
What's the success rate?
If success is defined as no one dying, then it's 100%. The worst case scenario is that we won't know where we'll end up.
Has your recklessness grown with age?
Has your courage declined with age?
It's your call.
Yeah, you decide.
It's basically a point-to-point space travel technology. But you've already made your choice, right?
Theoretically speaking, yes, but performing a space warp under unstable conditions increases the probability of accidents. I got you.
There are people here who have extensive experience with unplanned warp points. Regardless of the adventure, you've always been there.
Now it's a small truck equipped with a cloaking device and stealth tech. We can use the shadows for cover and slip into the tunnel's auxiliary road next to the checkpoint. Once we're there, we'll activate the string end warp drive. The tunnel will conceal the commotion, so hopefully they won't notice us.
We'll blow up those patrol robots to show them we're hiding at this rest stop.